The Beltway, Phill Kline back with us. I'm your Godzilla of the truth in America. Just had our caller of the day, Galzilla. Thanks, Cindy, for calling. Loved your rant. Cindy, so glad you're back working. I know it was tough, and keep those badges going. Galzilla back in the district. Yay. We need you here, Galzilla, right? I know you get a job. You just got to keep fighting. So you're a fighter. This segment with Phill Kline brought to you by MyPillow. They're excited to announce they're having their biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product back in stock, which is MyPillow bed sheets. Now, these are only $29.88, any color, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, now $29.98. I mean, are you kidding me? But you got to get these right now. My towels are back. They're in stock at a 6-piece set, $69.98. Slippers, $39.98. I just ordered 2 more pair because it's such a good deal. Even though I have 2 pair and I got 4, one of them, should throw it out. Or the other pair is Sammy has decided to sleep on it. It's like ridiculous what goes on in my house. I have like 8 chairs. I went to sit down the other day. There's a blanket on every chair. Like, finally, I'm like, I'm done with this. Like, this is my chair. Get off it. 8 chairs. I go to the bathroom. I come back. What chair is he sitting on? Mine without the blanket. I mean, the cat is just, the cat's diabolical, I've decided. And he only does this when Anne's out, right? It's just, he's a diabolical animal. No question. Now, you can get all of this. Just go to mypillow.com, promo code Godzilla. mypillow.com, promo code Godzilla. You get all the deals, or call 800-854-0504, 800-854-0504. Operator standing by, promo code Godzilla, and you're good to go. Joining me back with Phill Kline. Phill, so you were just about to say something. You had a solution, and I had to go to a break.
Yeah. John, what we have to build the funding network independent of the personalities of candidates and independent of and you democratize by putting that money down at the local level in multiple organizations for people to pursue a unified. That's what the left has done. Conservatives refuse to do it because there's fight for the money, and everybody hoards. You know, I don't know how many stories I can tell you about national organizations seeing issues that are important, which is what they do, our think tanks and so forth, seeing issues that are important, but then they go out and they try to raise when the fix is really at the local level, and they nationalize those issues because that's that's their skill set. And they walk around Fox News and they hit all of that, and they send out email blasts and they raise money for battles within the Beltway. And we don't build the infrastructure on the ground out into the states, which is the activist model that the left has done. That's where Obama came from, that infrastructure that they were building, and they know how to do it. We don't do that. The national organizations suck all the oxygen out of the air to get all the money in their coffers because they want to make sure that they have the next paycheck taken care of. I've seen this time and time again, where our strengths are squelched by organizations that are national in scope, that have a different skill set than what's needed for the street fighting out at the local. So they have built that infrastructure, are whipping us every single day because political consultants and national organizations won't let control loose from what they do.
How we fight back?
What's needed, Trump needs to get the top 10 to 15 billionaires, the patriots in a room, and say, look, we need to build this organization and on talent, and it's got to be independent of us, so we're not micromanaging projects, but rather we have a broad strategy that is implemented through a structure, and we need this much money to do it. And that will match and exceed the success of the left. We just haven't been willing to do that yet.
We should test this in Virginia. right? I mean,
Well,
you're not going to be able to roll this
more than willing to
nationwide.
test
We got to
it
test.
anywhere.
I think the biggest
Well,
issue
actually, you
we've
can.
got. Go ahead.
Well, actually, you can, John. And here's the important thing about it. Here's the problem with testing it. Testing, what we've always insisted on is returns within 6 months. To have the vision to look for returns long term. You know, we have to retake the educational infrastructure in America. We must break up the chokeholds the left has through overregulation of industries and business and so forth. We have to have a visionary strategy, not a 6-month strategy. So it's a matter of getting them to commit to the vision and then funding the vision rather than funding a test structure for 6 months. That when George Soros said, I'm going to spend whatever is necessary to take down the United States and take down George W. Bush, he didn't insist on a 6-month return on investment. He funded vision and talent. That vision and talent has grown into an infrastructure that is radicalizing America. That's what we must have. Investment, legacy investment, not projects. So I agree with you. It needs to be implemented in Virginia. But you can't hold on to the purse strings and see within 3 months, can we defeat a structure that has been built for 20 years? You can't have that attitude. You won't win with that attitude. You got to win with the attitude that we need to win America back. And we're going to invest to do so.
How do we defeat this referendum in Virginia that's coming up in April that is going to eliminate 4 Republican seats and make it 10-1 v. 6-5? How do we defeat
Well, that
this?
can be. That has to be a project. And it can be a project that is building on this model. It can be a goal that's building upon this model. But it's going to take substantial investment to defeat it.
Like how much?
I have to put pen to paper. I haven't focused in on Virginia like that to see what the full infrastructure is, but you and I have talked about it. For example, in my daughter's Ward 1 race in Lynchburg, an organization that's heavily funded by a Swiss billionaire put in $60 grand. I mean, think about that.
For a council
That's
seat?
the type of infrastructure. What's that?
They put in $60,000 to defeat your daughter for a city council seat in Lynchburg, Virginia, which is meaningless to anything outside of Lynchburg.
In one ward.
Why? In one ward. Why? Why do they do that?
That's the infrastructure that they've built. And they continue to fund and train local activists. Every city council meeting, for example, there are people who get up who ridicule. They don't discuss. They're using Saul Alinsky's guide for radicals, rules for radicals, and they try to demoralize people by continuing to ridicule and attack them. That's all they do. And this group, there are several of them, are funded and trained by outside sources. They claim they represent Lynchburg. They capture the media every time they appear before the city council. They don't represent a broad spectrum, but they do create chaos that they place on the backs of conservatives that they have to carry with them into the community. It is a destructive force. It's the same force that is funding the No Kings rallies, the same force that has opened up the borders. Those are nonprofit entities with foreign money just flowing like Niagara Falls into them to radicalize American political discourse and push our nation to the left. We are not a leftist nation, but we have no communication structure and counter structure to refute what is happening on the streets. And what you have instead are Republican organizations saying, and conservative organizations, send me money in DC, and I'm going to go around on Fox News, and I will be able to argue against these things, and I'll publish white papers. That's all needed. But that's not where the battle is being fought. We're absent from the battlefield at the local level. Again, because we nationalize these things to raise money. I saw this as I came out of the Attorney General's office in Kansas in the pro-life community. There's a strategy that would have defeated Planned Parenthood in 2006 and 2007 and 2008 that could have been implemented at the time. But instead of following the strategy. The organizations wanted a news conference and a media release to raise money so that they could pay the next paycheck. They did not build or have discipline towards an infrastructure to defeat Planned Parenthood and what they do. We do that on every aspect. National organizations suck the money out of the room. Local organizations are impoverished, and they beat us on the ground.
The great trifecta of the left. You know, they're betting, they're rigging the race. They're betting the trifecta, and we got consultants betting $2 to show on the favorite. In horse racing vernacular. Not a good strategy. Oh, we have no strategy. Nor do we have a party. Nor do we have an infrastructure. Basically, we got dots. We're going to build it. Kline, you're right. I'm going to see you next week, and then you're going to be filling in for me Wednesday, 8 to 10 on the 26th, while I take a little breather. Thank you, Phill. Johnny Finley, next.